There is a specific kind of silence that only exists at the top of a mountain. You've spent years climbing, sacrificing, bleeding. You imagine that when you finally reach the summit, when you got the promotion, signed the deal, married the person, or bought the house, that a symphony would play. You expected fulfillment to wash over you like a warm wave. But now you are there. The view is incredible. Everyone is applauding down below. But inside, it's quiet, terrifyingly quiet. You feel an emptiness that is actually louder than the struggle it took to get there. And then shame sets in. You think, I have everything I prayed for. Why am I not happy? What is wrong with me? If that is you today, I want you to know something. You are not broken, and you are not ungrateful. You are experiencing a very real, documented psychological phenomenon that the Bible addressed thousands of years ago. Welcome to the U-Turn. Today we are decoding the psychology of the success hangover and uncovering why the finish line often feels like the loneliest place on earth.
The arrival fallacy. Psychologists have a term for this: the arrival fallacy. It's the deeply embedded belief that when you arrive at a certain destination in life, lasting happiness will be waiting for you. We treat success as a location, a place where insecurity, fear, and loneliness cannot enter. But science tells us the human brain isn't designed for arriving. It's designed for striving, and Scripture confirms this. The Bible never promised that worldly achievement would cure the human condition. In fact, it often warns that worldly achievement masks the condition until it's too late to ignore. When you hit a massive goal, you experience a collision between your brain's neurochemistry and your soul's deepest needs. The emptiness you feel isn't the absence of success. It's the presence of a lie that just stopped working. There are three primary reasons this happens. Reason 1, the dopamine crash, the biology of pursuit. The first reason is purely biological. It's the difference between the chemistry of pursuit and the chemistry of possession. For years, your brain has been running on dopamine. Dopamine is often misunderstood as the pleasure molecule. It's not. Dopamine is the molecule of more. It's the motivation chemical. It's what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. to chase the goal. Every step toward the summit releases a hit. The anticipation of the reward is actually more neurochemically potent than getting the reward itself. Think about it. The hunt is exciting. The feast is satisfying, but short. When you finally achieve the goal, the brain says, objective complete. It stops producing the massive amounts of dopamine required for the chase. Psychologically, this feels like a crash. It feels like withdrawal. You went from a high stimulation environment to zero. You assumed that once you succeeded, you would feel a permanent state of serotonin, the chemical of peace and well-being. But you just feel the absence of the dopamine drive you became addicted to. This is why so many highly successful people immediately dive into the next project, or worse, turn to destructive habits. They aren't chasing success. They are chasing the chemical high of the pursuit to fill the void that the achievement left behind. Reason 2, the identity collapse. Who are you now? The second reason goes deeper into the psyche. It's an identity crisis. For so long, you haven't just been doing the work, you became the work. Your identity got wrapped up in the pursuit. You were the grinder, the up-and-comer, the visionary. When the goal is achieved, that identity dies. The mission is over. And suddenly you are faced with the terrifying question, if I am not chasing this thing, then who am I? If your identity is built on what you, then when you are done doing it, you cease to exist. We see this in Scripture with the prophet Elijah. In 1 Kings, Elijah achieves massive spiritual success. He calls down fire from heaven, defeats the prophets of Baal, and ends a drought. It is the peak of his career. The very next scene, he is suicidal. He runs into the wilderness, sits under a broom tree, and prays to die. He says, "I have had enough, Lord. Take my life." Why? Because the adrenaline wore off. The threat was gone. The mission was complete. And in the silence that followed the victory, the weight of his own humanity crushed him. Success doesn't reinforce your identity. It exposes it. If your foundation is cracked, piling success on top of it won't fix the crack. It will just make the eventual collapse heavier. Reason 3, the spiritual vacuum, the God-sized hole. And this leads us to the final and deepest reason. The spiritual vacuum. We try to use finite things to meet infinite needs. There is no better case study in history than King Solomon, the writer of Ecclesiastes. If anyone had a right to feel fulfilled, it was Solomon. He was the richest man on earth, the wisest ruler. He built magnificent architectural wonders. He had absolute power and unlimited pleasure. He literally ran the experiment of having it all. And what was his conclusion at the end of the experiment? Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. Ecclesiastes 1:2. Other translations say vanity of vanities. The Hebrew word used there is hevel. It means vapor or smoke. Solomon is saying, I tried to grab hold of success. It looked solid from a distance. But when I closed my hand around it, it was just smoke. Psychology tells us we need purpose. The Bible tells us that purpose cannot be found in created things. When you make success an idol, when you expect it to do for you what only God can do, it will always disappoint you. Idols make terrible gods. They demand everything from you, and in the end, they give you nothing but hevel. Smoke. The emptiness you feel is your soul notifying you that you brought the wrong currency to buy fulfillment. The emptiness you feel is your soul notifying you that you brought the wrong currency to buy fulfillment. The payoff, the U-turn. So where do we go from here? Do we stop striving? Do we embrace mediocrity? Absolutely not. The Bible encourages excellence. We are called to work heartily, but we must make the U-turn. We must shift from an operating system. You are sitting at the top of that mountain today feeling empty. Don't despair. That emptiness is a gift. It's hunger. And Jesus said, Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Not filled with dopamine, not filled with applause, filled with a peace that surpasses understanding. The chase is over. It's time to be still.